Pasito tum tum, pasito tum tum, pasito tum tum, pasito tum.
Hello, this is your WIllie, and you know what time it is? It's Little Fishy time!
Little Fishy time!
Here's where I give my quick thoughts on recent movies that just came out. Now I'm not gonna do them all, I'm just gonna do the ones that I just had the chance to see. I will review Wonder Woman, but I'm gonna leave that one at the last of the video. You can look it on the description box down below. And if I have time, I will work on a second part of these summer reviews during August. So let's start off this summer with none other than Marvel in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. You know, I'm still undecided if it's better than the last one or good but not great. Still recommendable.
When I thought nobody could top off Logan, this one comes close enough of being better. Our heroes return from being chased after by these Oscar awards, then they come across with Star-Lord's father, played by Kurt Russell, in this big emotional family message blockbuster. Maybe it doesn't have a clear story structure, but from what it lacks on, makes it up for how fun and interactive these characters are. The colorful space visuals have an 80s nostalgia feel in it, the new characters are fine, Kurt Russell, who you might suspect him of something, is not bad on the role. The other undeveloped characters from the last movie are more developed in here, with Yondu being the show's stealer with his own subplot. And who cannot forget Baby Groot, which, I'll be honest guys, he was not that cute. He sounds like he has 12 packs of cigarettes a day. Dude, you're a tree! You're doing a disservice to your kind! If you go into this movie and have family issues, it's gonna scar you for life. Even the time's going deep. It's funny, it's heartbreaking, it's everything you now expect from a Guardian Galaxy. This is a fish. I would like to sing the next Mary Poppins with Yondu.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all!
Coming up next is Alien Covenant. You know, as someone who's not as familiar with the Alien franchise, this could probably be my third favorite of the series.
After the first hour played out as a knockoff from the original Alien, it also continued to add a new layer to its own mythos. Not just revealing where did the aliens came from, but asking the question, where did we come from? And is our time as humans coming to an end? Could cyborgs be the next species inhabiting the Earth, and how will they respond as a new species? Will they just be mindless servants, or people with emotions but with the same wicked and maniacal schemes as humans? Michael Fassbender is the one who brings those questions into play, and he is great. One of the best things in this movie. The alien, on the other hand, looks awful! Awful! The CGI on this thing is awful! Is it perfect? Hell no! But from where it's going, looks very interesting. It's Ridley Scott's ideals embodied in this movie, dealing with creation, life, and the trio relationship between humans, robots, and aliens. This is a fish that, yeah, save him from the parasite.
Now we move on to Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tells No Tales. Now, we all know that the first Pirates is a classic, the best of the series. Now, this one, the only way I can describe it visually is it has a good start, it has a good ending, the rest just falls flat.
Johnny Depp returns as Jack Sparrow in this new adventure to find a Triton that breaks all the curses of the sea, which has to do with getting back the Black Pearl, Orlando Bloom, and a Spanish villain that seeks revenge on him. Going into it, I thought I was gonna go back and track with the series as they had some nice decent trailers. Well, one thing is for sure, it is better than the last Norfest, but it still left no impression. I'm sorry, but Jack Sparrow doesn't do it for me anymore. The younger actors were okay. One interesting thing is we get to know more about these already established characters, Barbossa having the best of these subplots. The villain Salazar was fun and I would have liked to have seen more of him. And yes, there's some nice visuals and some fun moments, but my thing with this series is it should have been over a long time ago. There's no point to continue it, and with this one, looks like it has interesting ideas, but it has to give attention to these other subplots which seem like a waste. I thought they were gonna go somewhere interesting with the original cast, Orlando Bloom, Keira Knightley, which I was looking forward to, and only lasted for 5 seconds? But I guess we're gonna get more of them in the next sequel, which I hope this is the last one because it's time to sink this ship. This is a fish I would throw into the magma along with Jack Sparrow.
Moving on is King Arthur, The Legend of the Sword, our first box office bomb and labeled already as a Razzie Award contender. Really? It's not as bad as many say it is, but I wouldn't miss it either.
The story is very simple, thankfully. Arthur gains a magical sword from a stone and goes after his evil Uncle King, Jude Law, for killing his father. Unfortunately, the dialogue wasn't as simple to follow. Their most noticeable flaw is the editing is so weird. They go from showing you what the heroes are plotting, then cut to the next scene following up that plan, then go back exponentiating their plotting again, and it goes like that the entire movie. But just how it goes rapidly without giving you a break leaves you kind of dizzy and with diarrhea. Plus, King Arthur is a very old story that not many are interested in. And I almost feel bad for the actor that plays Arthur. You hear him in interviews and he sounds really passionate about this story. Jude Law's the villain is just great. From now on, I just want to see him play villain roles as this power-hungry dictator that he knows he can be. This movie wants to go to the Lord of the Rings route with Game of Thrones, and sometimes it is fun with the fantasy and action, but it turns out to be a colorless, bland-looking video game that belongs in the Sci-Fi Channel. This is Fish. Not even Arthur will be able to get out of the stone.
Continuing our reviews, we move on to Baywatch. It's a bad movie that knows it's bad and tries to embrace the badness, and it still came out bad.
My gripe with this one is kind of weird. If there is any movie that should go all the way dumb, it's Baywatch. This is from a show that has reincarnated dogs, if I remember correctly. So, what is it gonna have? Is it gonna have Zac Efron as a human octopus that tries to take over the beach? Hey, you know what? That doesn't sound like a bad idea. Or is it gonna have mafia crime? I mean, I'm not as familiar with the show, I've only seen 1 or 2 episodes. So for something as silly as Baywatch trying to take itself seriously just seemed odd for me. It's hard to explain. I know it's dumb and plays it dumb. There is enough of those moments that are fun and perverted. But when they get to the serious stuff with the villains, starts to drag and no longer becomes fun. I mean, I still don't know exactly how to explain it. Maybe I was just hoping for it to be over the top dumb and was just eh. In the end, it is fun at moments, but it is not for me. Oh, and Belinda's on Baywatch to all Hispanics out there. And guess what? She can't act. This is a fish that would rock bottom sack octopus.
What the rock is cooking?
Now let's talk about the most recent of these films, Wonder Woman. You know, by this time, I gave up on DC, as well as Lebanon did when they said, hell nah, no more DC in our place. Then these two chicks came along and said, alright boys, time to put your dicks back on track. And we got Wonder Woman.
What a pleasant surprise! Not only we finally got a decent DC movie, but we got a good Wonder Woman movie. So much that almost everyone in the Middle East is celebrating. I mean, even they finally acknowledged Rotten Tomatoes as proof that it is good.
Wonder Woman is now certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
But is it as great as everyone is hyping it? Well, here's the thing. The story you've seen a million times. It's the fish out of water. It's preaching us again about man being evil, but there is hope in them. However, here's the thing. Whenever she moves from her world to ours, it's actually really entertaining. And for the first time, I cared about these people. I cared about the Amazonians, I cared about the human characters, but most importantly, I cared about Wonder Woman. Let me sum her up. She is what this Superman should have been from the beginning. The symbol of hope and inspiration to others, that there is good in all of us. And when she did represent those ideals, I couldn't help but to be proud of it. You know what? Just make her the Superman of the team. I mean, no losses are made. The only time they almost almost lost me was in the ending. They were so close, but they got back on the horse and had a decent finale. I would have preferred if they had taken the other route, but just to finally see a DC movie that has more good than bad, it's refreshing. Their themes about the war are not overblown. Nothing felt forced or manipulated. I never felt they had to rush the ending. I don't feel there was a single bland scene in either our world or the Amazonians, maybe except for the villains. The characters are likable, the editing, the weakest part of DC was actually fluent, and there is color. We finally got color. Color exists on DC! Wow!
What a lovely day!
Probably it's too early to say if it's a great movie. Does it restore DC back on track? It is also too early to say. Just keep your expectations low and yeah, I can't wait for Justice League to suck. I hope not. This is Fish, Wonder Woman would smack Superman with. And also Captain America. And Thor.
Another.
And Batman.
Mortal!
And this Joker.
Honka honka!
And this Lex Luthor. And last but not least, David Goyer.
Now as a finale, here's a recap of these recent movies. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is a thumbs up, Alien Covenant is a thumbs up, Pirates of the Caribbean 5 is a thumbs down, King Arthur Legend of the Sword is a thumbs down, Baywatch is a thumbs down, and finally, Wonder Woman is a surprising thumbs up. Hi! Thumbs up! Now that's better. So, have you seen any of these movies? Did you like them? Did you not like one of them? I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. You can leave your comments down below, like, subscribe, and what will be some movies you'd like me to review later. Another thing, if you saw my last video I made, I said I was gonna compare Sunset Boulevard and Birdman, but I had to delay that one for next time because it was taking too long. But now hopefully next video I'll be discussing these two movies. Well guys, tune in next time for more reviews to come. So for now, that's it for today. Ciao.
Pasito tum tum, pasito tum tum.